Hello once again, it's The Guardian's Peter Bradshaw back here with another vlog, and could I just digitally nudge you to subscribe to this channel and post a comment? And now it's time for that lovely occasional feature on this channel in which, while browsing in the wildflower meadow of popular culture, we chance across something rather lovely and rather special. Yes, it's Serendipity Corner. In theory, nothing could be more old hat and unurgent on TV right now than Steve Coogan's legendary character Alan Partridge, the former football journalist turned middlebrow TV interviewer and presenter whose misjudged and tone-deaf attempts at on-air humour and chumminess and clueless engagement with serious issues has, for decades, made him a thrillingly grotesque monster of smug, reactionary Middle England. And yet his desolate depression and his consciousness at some level of what an awful failure he is makes him almost, but not quite, sympathetic. Now he's back, and with magnificent lack of self-awareness is presenting a new show on mental health called How Are You? It's Alan, open brackets, Partridge, close brackets, and the opening titles show a frame with Alan faintly saying the words, "How are you?" from behind a pane of glass, as if he himself is succumbing to a mental breakdown right then and there.
Promoting mental health might not be cool or trendy, but I happen to believe in using my platform to help others. I was told you threw a brick at a swan?
The goose.
Goose. Which is why, in Britain's first ever documentary about mental health,
You're panicking, Lynn. Breathe.
I'm stopping, crouching down, and asking, how are you?
His choice of subject has apparently been triggered by his fainting under stress, like Tony Soprano, while doing a corporate event for Animal Feed in Norfolk. And sadly, once again, the fine city of Norwich is represented as the absolute epicentre of naff. Looking back, I see that I have been less than complimentary about Steve Coogan's latest movie, The Penguin Lessons, but the problem there was the script and the idea, and certainly not Coogan himself, who I think is one of the greatest British screen actors, if not maybe the greatest. And How Are You? It's Alan, Partridge, is brilliant. And his great creation Partridge, who's grown up alongside him, breaks all the rules. We all know that you're not supposed to outstay your welcome and over-egg the comedy pudding. Endlessly, John Cleese is held up as the template for doing 12 episodes of Fawlty Towers and no more. And all those comedy characters of the past have gone. Sacha Baron Cohen's Ali G and Borat, Ricky Gervais's David Brent has gone without Mr. Gervais ever quite acknowledging his debt to Partridge. And even Steve Carell's American Brent figure Michael Scott, who actually appeared in 156 episodes of The American Office, and the show carried on for 44 without him on a weird Hamlet without the Prince basis. Peter Capaldi's gruesome spin doctor Malcolm Tucker from Armando Iannucci's The Thick of It is no more, although he isn't exactly character comedy. And so is Julia Louis-Dreyfus's Selina Meyer from Iannucci's Veep. They're all gone, but Alan Partridge was there before them, and he is still there. You would think that Coogan persisting with Partridge would bring him too close to that sad showbiz delusion from which Partridge suffers, the accidental Partridge that public figures dread being accused of on social media. But he doesn't, because Partridge continues to be brilliant. His new show has many horrendously watchable moments, but for me, the most inspired is Alan deciding that to conquer depression, you must somehow reconnect with the person that you were as a small child. And to that end, he puts on short trousers and hangs out with an old friend from school, and they cycle around the streets of Norwich like kids. And in one genuinely gripping and even quite scary moment, Alan reads aloud to his friend a poem about mortality, which finishes with him in a spasm of self-doubt throwing the poem away. The poem might be inspired by A.E. Housman, and in fact this episode is a glorious homage to Dennis Potter's TV drama classic Blue Remembered Hills, in which children are played by adult actors. The confidence and class of Coogan means that he does not suffer in that comparison one bit. What a master he is, and How Are You? It's Alan Partridge is superb. And that's it. Please give this vlog a like and a share. Please subscribe and leave a comment. And please, If you're in Cork in the Irish Republic next Thursday, please come to my reading From the Body in the Mobile Library and Other Stories at the Cork International Short Story Festival. Details given below. See you there.